Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 7. Now, since we got some information about The Flash Season 7, and for those who aren't aware of some of those information that we got, I chose to do an Everything We Know video to ensure that you guys get as much detail about the season as possible without you guys having to watch several videos. So instead, you guys can just watch this one video and you could know everything we know about The Flash Season 7 as of today. So for this video, I will be going over everything we know so far about The Flash Season 7. But before I go over all of that, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Okay, so I will be breaking this down into three categories. We have it in terms of everything we know about the story this season, about filming and restrictions, and some exclusive information that we should be getting. Okay, so first off, I will be going over the story for this season. So as we know, due to the pandemic, the last 3 episodes of Season 6 were unfinished and so weren't released. Now, although they did film episode 20 was more of a filler episode, so they thought episode 19 would be a better fit for the finale, which is why episode 19 was the finale for season 6. And this pandemic really has affected what's been planned for The Flash season 7. And so we have some major story changes for The Flash season 7 due to what the pandemic has done, and so making season 6 unfinished. Because of this pandemic, we now know that 90% of those last 3 episodes are now part of The Flash Season 7, episodes 1, 2, and 3. And the other 10% would be new footage that we would have never seen before. Like if they've released these 3 episodes last season, we would have never seen these 10% of new footage, as they would make it more season 7 like, and obviously they would add additional footage to the first episode so they could make it look more like a season premiere. So with that being said, we know Eva McCulloch, aka Mirror Master, will still be our main villain for those first 3 episodes, and we will be getting a new main villain after that. In terms of the main villain, we know that from the synopsis, Barry would unleash a new threat that would eventually not only affect the city and the team, but will affect Barry's marriage as well. So one of the villains would be a very personal villain to Barry. So when thinking about that, you'd obviously think of like Cobalt Blue, as they probably make Eddie Thawne related to that and make jealousy play into it. But I don't think that they will do that, if I'm being honest. We know Eric Wallace is still following the graphic novel structure, but this time the season isn't split into 2 parts. It's now split into multiple parts. So my best guess will be 3 parts for this season. So this leads me to believe that we will obviously be getting 3 main villains for this season, which seems pretty complex, but it is exciting because it reduces the amount of filler episodes and would focus more on their individual stories. So who are these main villains? Now, I am paraphrasing obviously, but Eric Wallace was asked if we would see the original Godspeed for this season, and Wallace said something along the lines of, yes, because that's the direction that we're going at. So this would mean that after the Godspeed clones we've had throughout the series, we will finally encounter the original Godspeed, who will face off our Scarlet Speedster. So I'm guessing that for the original Godspeed, he will be our main villain for the second half of the season after the Eva McCulloch story. And since one of the villains would affect Barry in some ways, maybe this could be the main villain that affects the marriage of Barry or something like that. I don't know how they could do that. Maybe they could make Eddie Thawne the original Godspeed instead of August Hart. I know that would be kind of lame, but it'll be interesting as well. But then, who would be the third main villain? Unfortunately, we don't know. We don't have any information in regards to the last part of the season, obviously. However, we know we were supposed to be getting a big Thawne cliffhanger in the original ending of season 6. Now that has changed slightly as well. We know that's now moved to season 7 and it will be playing out in like the 3rd episode of the season. But this time, rather than us just getting it like that, during those first 3 episodes, we should now see that building up to the finale of season 7 part A, which should be episode 3. And from what Wallace said about that, he said that fans will giggle with delight about the Reverse Flash story. So I'm guessing we were supposed to have Thawne find a new host for a body. So I was guessing that he would take over Ramsey Rosso's body and become Red Death like that. But I don't know, if I'm being honest. I don't know who the third part for the villain would be. But in terms of Barry, we should be getting his new Speed Force working within those first 3 episodes, or at least should restore the Speed Force. Iris, Camilla, and Singh would definitely find a way to get out of the Mirrorverse for the first 3 episodes as well. That would be playing out. And while that's happening, we should see Iris dealing with those effects of getting out of the Mirrorverse due to her adapting from it for so long. Now the Ralph Dibny issue, we have no idea how that's going to play out, because we know that Hartley Sawyer's part in season 7 episode 1, which is season 6 episode 20, will now be completely cut out and will be replaced by other cast members to fill in his screen time. So with him, we don't know if he will be recasted or will he just be written out of the show. So they will have to find a way to get the Sue storyline wrapped up without Ralph. The Caitlin departure will be handled differently, because the way they've ended it was so Danielle Panabaker gets her maternity leave and then comes back afterwards. But now, since she's given birth and The Flash doesn't premiere anytime soon, they will change up the Caitlin story to make it more fitting, and we will probably see what's now happening in terms of Caitlin because of that. But now we will be moving on to filming and restrictions. We know that The Flash Season 7 will be aiming to begin production in late August to early September, and before that, the actors will obviously have to quarantine for 2 weeks before they film to ensure safety. Now, with these restrictions, you definitely be seeing a less couple scenes to make that distancing work, and also you would be seeing less of all of the Team Flash members being in one room. They will definitely split up the characters, so the Team Citizen members will be going to the Central City Citizen, and the Team Flash members will be around Star Labs. So you definitely won't see them all together in one room. And then like you'd have like Barry and Iris in their house, Joe and Cecile in their house, but you'll only have like a couple of the members each appearing with like other characters. You definitely 100% will not have all of the members all at once appearing in just that one place. Aside from season 6 episode 20, which is basically season 7 episode 1, because most of that has pretty much been filmed before the pandemic. So yeah, besides that, you won't be seeing any of that happening. Adding on to that, The Flash will be aiming for a January 2021 premiere date, and will still be aiming for that 22 episode long season, and as I've said before, with that multiple graphic novels within the season. But yeah, now lastly, moving on to exclusive information. Now in DC's virtual convention, DC Fandom, we know we will be getting more information in regards to other DC stuff, so that includes The Flash Season 7. And over here we would get more of an idea on how the season should play out. Since The Flash has already 90% of its episode 1 filmed, they will probably be the only show that would probably release a trailer out of the footage that we already have. So The Flash would be the only DC show within the Arrowverse to be releasing a trailer. We should also be getting a main villain reveal to whoever is the villain for the second half of the season, since Mirror Master is pretty much the first half main villain. And we will also be getting more information in regards to the Ralph Dibny situation, whether it's a recast or just, writing him out. We will definitely be getting the answer in DC Fandom. And finally, we will be getting news about the mini crossover between Superman and Batwoman. So we should get news on who the villain would be for that crossover and other characters within the Arrowverse who will show up. And I mentioned that because you definitely expect the Flash to show up. But yeah, guys, this is everything we know so far about the Flash Season 7. Let me know in the comments if I've missed anything. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video.